The massive warship Phoenix glided silently through the darkness of space, its sleek hull absorbing the faint light of distant stars. To any observer, it would have appeared as nothing more than another shadow against the vast emptiness. This was by design. The Phoenix represented humanity's greatest technological achievement, a vessel built not just for exploration, but for protection. Captain Eliza Donovan stood on the bridge, her tall frame silhouetted against the panoramic viewscreen that displayed the endless expanse before them. At 45, her face bore the subtle marks of command, decisive eyes that missed nothing, and the set of her jaw that spoke of unwavering resolve. 20 years in Earth's United Defense Force had taught her that preparation was everything. Captain, sensors are picking up an anomaly at coordinates 227-40-589, announced Lieutenant Wei Feng, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls of the sensor station. It's maintaining position just beyond Neptune's orbit. Donovan's expression remained calm, but her mind raced with possibilities. Classification. Unknown, ma'am, the energy signature doesn't match anything in our database, Wei replied, his voice steady despite the implication of his words. This was the moment Earth had been preparing for since the Phoenix project began 15 years ago. Humanity had long suspected they weren't alone in the universe, and now that suspicion was about to be confirmed. Tactical status, Donovan asked, turning to her weapons officer. Lieutenant Commander Rashid Abbas responded immediately. All systems dormant but ready, Captain. We can go to full combat readiness in 30 seconds. Donovan nodded, appreciating the efficiency of her crew. The Phoenix might appear to be a research vessel to any observer, but beneath its unassuming exterior lay the most advanced weapon systems ever developed by humanity. Systems that had remained untested in actual combat until now, perhaps. Communications: maintain radio silence. Navigation: plot an intercept course but keep our approach vector wide. I want to observe before we make our presence known, Donovan ordered. Aye, Captain, came the synchronized responses. The Phoenix altered its trajectory, the massive engines barely registering a hum as the ship's course changed. The crew felt the familiar tension that came with the unknown, a mixture of excitement and apprehension that hung in the air like an invisible fog. Dr. Olivia Hernandez, the ship's xenobiologist, entered the bridge and moved to stand beside Captain Donovan. Her dark eyes reflected the stars on the viewscreen as she spoke. So it's finally happening, she said quietly. After all our theories and speculation, we're about to make first contact. Don't get ahead of yourself, Doctor, Donovan cautioned. We don't know what we're dealing with yet. This could be anything from a probe to space debris with unusual properties. Dr. Hernandez smiled slightly. With all due respect, Captain, you don't believe that any more than I do. Donovan allowed herself a small smile in return. No, I suppose I don't. The Phoenix continued its approach, maintaining a distance that balanced caution with curiosity. As they drew closer, the image on the viewscreen became clearer, and a collective gasp rose from the bridge crew. The object was undeniably a spacecraft, sleek, with an iridescent hull that seemed to shift colors as it moved. It was smaller than the Phoenix but possessed an elegant design that suggested advanced technology. It's beautiful, breathed Dr. Hernandez. And it's scanning us, Wei announced, his voice tightening, powerful energy sweeps penetrating our outer hull. Donovan's expression hardened, defensive measures, passive only, let's not appear hostile. The alien vessel suddenly changed position, moving with an agility that seemed impossible for its size. It circled the Phoenix at a distance, continuing its scans. Captain, Wei called out, they're probing our systems. I'm detecting attempts to access our databases. Cybersecurity countermeasures activated, reported the ship's AI Athena, firewalls holding. Donovan made a decision. Communications: open a channel, standard greeting protocol. Communications Officer Natalia Kuznetsova quickly configured the universal translator. Channel open, Captain. Donovan straightened her uniform and faced the viewscreen directly. This is Captain Eliza Donovan of the Earth vessel Phoenix. We come in peace and wish to establish friendly communication. The response came not as words but as a series of harmonious tones that the translator struggled to process. After several seconds, it converted the sounds into English. Earth vessel, you have been identified and assessed. The Juridian Empire acknowledges your presence. The bridge crew exchanged glances. Empire, the word carried weight, suggesting a vast civilization spanning multiple star systems. We are honored to make your acquaintance, Donovan continued. humanity is eager to establish peaceful relations with other intelligent species. There was a pause before the response came. Your technological level has been evaluated, your military capabilities have been measured, you will prepare to receive representatives of the Empire for formal assessment of your planet's resources and potential for integration. The temperature on the bridge seemed to drop several degrees. Integration, the word hung in the air like a threat. Perhaps we should clarify our intentions, Donovan replied carefully. Earth is a sovereign planet. We seek friendship and knowledge exchange, not integration. Another pause, longer this time. Your understanding is irrelevant. The Juridian Empire expands as it wishes. Lesser species serve or perish. Prepare for boarding. Dr. Hernandez paled. Captain, this doesn't sound like a diplomatic mission. No, it doesn't, Donovan agreed, her voice hardening. She tapped her communication badge. XO to the bridge immediately. Commander Victor Rhodes arrived seconds later, his imposing frame filling the doorway. At 6'4" with broad shoulders and a perpetual serious expression, the executive officer's presence immediately raised the confidence level on the bridge. Status, Captain, he asked, taking in the scene and the alien ship displayed on the view screen. First contact situation, non-friendly, Donovan replied crisply. They're demanding we prepare for boarding. Apparently we've been designated a lesser species. Rhodes's jaw tightened. Recommendations. We maintain our current defensive posture but prepare for all contingencies, Donovan said. I want to avoid conflict if possible, but I won't allow a hostile boarding of this vessel. The alien ship is powering weapons systems, Wei announced, his voice tense but controlled. Energy readings are spiking. Yellow alert, Donovan ordered. Shields up, but weapons remain dormant for now. The Phoenix's defensive systems engaged, creating an invisible barrier around the ship. It was technology that had been developed in secret, using principles that even most of Earth's population didn't know existed. Juridian vessel, Donovan spoke again, we have no hostile intentions toward you. However, we will defend ourselves if necessary. I urge you to reconsider your approach. The response was immediate and chilling. Resistance is noted and will be punished. Your technology is primitive, your defense is inadequate, the Empire will have what it wants. A bolt of energy erupted from the alien ship, striking the Phoenix's shields. The vessel shuddered but held firm. Shields at 92%, Abbas reported. Their weapons are powerful but not beyond our defensive capabilities. Donovan's expression darkened. So much for peaceful first contact. Red alert, all stations, battle readiness. Throughout the Phoenix, alarm klaxons sounded as crew members rushed to their combat positions. The ship's lighting shifted to a deep red, signaling the highest level of emergency. Return fire, Abbas asked, his fingers hovering over the weapon's controls. Donovan hesitated, aware that her next decision could determine the course of human history. If she fired on the alien vessel, she would be initiating humanity's first interstellar combat, but if she didn't, the Phoenix and its crew might not survive to warn Earth. Target their weapons systems only, she ordered, minimum force necessary to neutralize the threat. Abbas nodded and activated the targeting systems. The Phoenix's weapon ports opened, revealing advanced energy cannons that had remained hidden until now. Firing, Abbas announced. Brilliant beams of concentrated energy lanced out from the Phoenix, striking the Juridian vessel with surgical precision. The alien ship's hull absorbed the first hit, but the second found its mark on a weapons array. Direct hit, Abbas confirmed. Their primary weapons cluster is disabled. The Juridian ship reeled from the impact, clearly surprised by the effectiveness of the Phoenix's attack. It quickly retreated to a safer distance. They're reassessing, Rhodes observed. They didn't expect us to have this level of technology. The translator crackled to life again. Your resistance is unexpected. The Empire will reevaluate your classification. They sound surprised, Dr. Hernandez noted, as if they can't believe a lesser species could damage their ship. Donovan's eyes narrowed. Let's use that surprise to our advantage. Open a channel. Kuznetsova nodded. Channel open, Captain. Juridian vessel, Donovan spoke, her voice firm and confident. You have attacked an Earthship without provocation. We have demonstrated only a fraction of our defensive capabilities. I suggest you withdraw and inform your Empire that Earth is not a world to be conquered or integrated. We are willing to establish peaceful relations, but we will meet force with force if necessary. The response took longer this time. This encounter has been recorded. The Juridian High Command will be informed. Your resistance will be remembered. With that, the alien ship's engines flared brightly, and it accelerated away at incredible speed, vanishing into the darkness of space. The bridge crew let out a collective breath they hadn't realized they were holding. "They're gone," Wei confirmed, "no trace on sensors." "For now," Rhodes added grimly. Donovan nodded. "I doubt that's the last we'll see of them. They'll be back and likely with reinforcements." "What's our next move, Captain?" Dr. Hernandez asked. "We return to Earth immediately," Donovan replied, her expression resolute. "The world needs to know what we're facing. The Phoenix was built for this moment, to defend humanity against threats from beyond. Now that threat has a name, the Juridian Empire." As the Phoenix altered course for Earth, Captain Donovan gazed at the stars stretching endlessly before them. Humanity had just fought its first battle against an alien civilization and survived, but she knew this was only the beginning. The real war was yet to come, and Earth would need every advantage, every resource, and every brave soul willing to stand against the impending storm. The Phoenix accelerated to maximum speed, carrying with it knowledge that would forever change humanity's place in the universe. The message was clear: Earth would not bow to tyranny, whether it came from their own world or from the stars. The first strike. The Phoenix raced through the void of space, pushing its engines to maximum capacity. Every member of the crew understood the gravity of their mission. Earth needed to be warned about the Juridian threat immediately. "ETA to Earth orbit?" Captain Donovan asked, her eyes fixed on the tactical display. 4 hours, 17 minutes at current velocity, replied Navigator Thomas Akefer, his Nigerian accent more pronounced under stress. "We're pushing the engines beyond recommended parameters." Chief Engineer Dmitry Volkov's voice crackled over the comm system. "The engines can take it, Captain. I've rerouted auxiliary power to reinforce the propulsion matrix. We'll get home." Donovan nodded, appreciating her crew's determination. "Communications, prepare a priority transmission to Earth Defense Command. Include all sensor data from our encounter with the Juridian vessel." "Transmission ready, Captain," Kuznetsova confirmed, sending on encrypted channels. The mood on the bridge was tense but focused. Humanity had just experienced its first hostile alien contact, and the Phoenix carried the evidence that would change Earth's understanding of its place in the universe forever. Commander Rhodes approached Donovan, keeping his voice low. "Captain, based on the Juridians' response, how much time do you think we have before they return?" Donovan's expression remained stoic. "Not enough, Victor. Their ship was clearly a scout. Once they report back, the Empire will send something much bigger. We need to be ready." Dr. Hernandez, who had been analyzing the data from their encounter, joined the conversation. "Captain, I've been reviewing the scans of their technology. Their weapon systems utilize a form of particle acceleration we've only theorized about, and their hull composition, it's unlike anything in our materials science database." "Can we counter it?" Rhodes asked bluntly. "Possibly," Hernandez replied. "Their technology is advanced but not incomprehensible. With more analysis, we might find weaknesses we can exploit." Donovan nodded, a plan already forming in her mind. "Get to work with engineering. I want options by the time we reach Earth." As the Phoenix continued its journey homeward, alerts suddenly blared across the bridge. "Captain, multiple energy signatures detected ahead," Wei shouted, his fingers flying across the sensor controls. "Configuration matches the Juridian vessel from our previous encounter, but these are larger, much larger." Donovan's heart sank. On screen, the viewscreen shifted to show 3 massive vessels directly in the Phoenix's path. Unlike the scout ship they had encountered earlier, these were unmistakably warships, angular, menacing vessels bristling with weapon ports. "They've cut us off," Rhodes stated grimly. "They must have had a patrol fleet closer to Earth than we realized." "Evasive maneuvers," Donovan ordered. "Tactical, ready all weapon systems. This won't be like last time." The Phoenix veered sharply, its agility impressive for a vessel of its size. But the Juridian warships were already moving to encircle them, cutting off escape routes with practiced precision. "They're hailing us," Kuznetsova announced, tension evident in her voice. On screen, Donovan commanded, straightening her uniform as she prepared to face the enemy again. The viewscreen flickered, revealing a Juridian commander. The alien was humanoid but distinctly different, tall with iridescent skin that shifted colors like the hull of their ships. Its eyes were large, entirely black, and devoid of any emotion a human might recognize. Earth vessel, the Juridian spoke, the translator converting its melodious language into English. I am Fleet Commander Zorax of the Juridian Empire. Your resistance to our scout ship was unexpected but futile. Surrender your vessel and prepare for boarding. Your technology will be assimilated, your crew studied. This is the mercy of the Empire. Donovan met the alien's gaze without flinching. This is Captain Eliza Donovan of the Earth vessel Phoenix. We have no intention of surrendering. Your unprovoked attack on a peaceful mission will not go unanswered. I suggest you reconsider your position. Commander Zorax's skin flickered, patterns of light dancing across its surface in what might have been amusement or anger. It was impossible to tell. Your defiance is noted, Captain. It changes nothing. One Earth ship, regardless of its technology, cannot stand against the might of a Juridian battle group. This will be your only warning. The transmission ended abruptly, leaving the bridge in momentary silence. Orders, Captain, Rhodes asked, tension evident in his voice. Donovan's mind raced through options, each seeming more desperate than the last. The Phoenix was advanced, but taking on 3 warships simultaneously wasn't what it had been designed for. Activate the phase shield, she ordered, her voice firm. The bridge crew exchanged glances. The phase shield was the Phoenix's most classified technology, a defensive system that could temporarily shift the ship partially out of normal spacetime, making it nearly invulnerable to conventional weapons. But it had never been tested in actual combat. Captain, Abbas spoke hesitantly, the phase shield was intended as a last resort. Power requirements are extreme, and we can only maintain it for approximately 7 minutes before systems begin to fail. 7 minutes is all we need, Donovan replied. While the shield is active, we'll transmit all our data to Earth using the quantum entanglement communicator. Even if we don't make it back, Earth will know what they're facing. Rhodes nodded in understanding, and our offensive strategy. Donovan's eyes hardened. We're going straight through them. Maximum weapons power concentrated on the lead vessel. If we can't outfight them, we'll make them reconsider the cost of engaging Earth ships. All hands battle stations, Rhodes called out, his voice echoing throughout the ship. Prepare for phase shield activation on the captain's mark. Throughout the Phoenix, crew members rushed to secure stations. In engineering, Chief Volkov oversaw the power rerouting necessary for the phase shield, his experienced hands making adjustments with calm precision despite the danger. Juridian vessels are charging weapons, Wei reported, his voice steady despite the tension. They're forming a triangular attack formation. Helm set course directly for the lead vessel, Donovan ordered, full speed on my mark. The bridge crew braced themselves, each person acutely aware that what happened in the next few minutes could determine not just their own fate, but potentially the fate of Earth itself. Phase shield activated, Abbas announced as a subtle hum filled the ship. The viewscreen's image distorted slightly as reality itself bent around the Phoenix. Now, Donovan commanded, full speed ahead, all weapons fire when in range. The Phoenix surged forward, engines straining as the massive ship accelerated toward the Juridian formation. The enemy vessels opened fire immediately, energy beams lancing through space toward the Earth ship. Where the alien weapons struck the phase shield, space itself seemed to warp and bubble, the energy dissipating across dimensions rather than impacting the hull. The Phoenix shuddered but continued its charge. Shield holding at 87%, Abbas reported, weapons locked on the lead vessel. Fire, Donovan ordered. The Phoenix unleashed its full arsenal. Advanced plasma cannons, quantum torpedoes, and energy weapons that had been Earth's most closely guarded secret for decades all converged on the lead Juridian warship. The alien vessel's shields flared brilliantly as they struggled to absorb the unexpected ferocity of the attack. Direct hits, Wei exclaimed. Their forward shields are failing. On the viewscreen, the crew watched as their weapons penetrated the Juridian defenses, tearing into the alien ship's hull. Secondary explosions blossomed across its surface as critical systems failed. The other vessels are adjusting their formation, Rhodes noted. They're trying to protect their damaged companion. Donovan saw her opportunity. Helm, maintain course. We're going to punch straight through their formation. Tactical, prepare a full spread of quantum torpedoes, target all 3 vessels. Captain, Abbas warned, phase shield power levels dropping faster than anticipated. We have less than 4 minutes remaining. Understood, make them count, Donovan replied, her focus unwavering. Communications, is the quantum transmission complete? 75% of data package transmitted to Earth, Kuznetsova responded. continuing transmission. The Phoenix continued its charge, now within the heart of the Juridian formation. The alien ships poured fire into the Earth vessel, their weapons growing more desperate as they realized their conventional attacks were largely ineffective against the phase shield. "Quantum torpedoes ready," Abbas announced. "Fire all tubes, spread pattern Alpha," Donovan ordered. Multiple torpedoes launched from the Phoenix, each one containing technology that had been theoretical until Earth scientists had made it reality. The weapons streaked toward their targets, phasing partially in and out of normal space just as the Phoenix itself was doing. The results were devastating. The torpedoes bypassed the Juridian shields entirely, reappearing fully in normal space only once they were inside the enemy defensive perimeter. Explosions tore through all three alien vessels, crippling systems and sending them spinning away from the Phoenix's path. "Confirmed hits on all vessels," Wei reported, unable to keep the excitement from his voice. "The lead ship's reactor is going critical." "Phase shield failing," Abbas warned, 30 seconds remaining. "Helm, get us clear of the battle zone," Donovan ordered, "maximum speed toward Earth." The Phoenix accelerated away from the Juridian vessels, leaving destruction in its wake. As the phase shield finally collapsed, the ship was already beyond the effective range of the damaged alien warships. "Status report," Donovan demanded, surveying the bridge. Despite the victory, she knew this was only the beginning. "Minor damage to decks 4 through 7, Rhodes reported. 3 crew members injured, none critical. Weapon systems operational but depleted. Phase shield generator will require 24 hours to recharge." "And the Juridians?" Wei studied his sensors carefully. One vessel completely destroyed, the other 2 severely damaged, they're not pursuing. "Quantum transmission complete," Kuznetsova added. "Earth Defense Command acknowledges receipt and is initiating global defense protocols." Donovan nodded, allowing herself a moment of satisfaction. They had won this battle against overwhelming odds, but the war was just beginning. "This wasn't their main fleet," she stated, voicing what everyone was thinking. "They underestimated us again, sent what they thought would be enough to deal with one Earth ship. The next time they'll come in force." "How much time do we have, Captain?" Dr. Hernandez asked. "Impossible to say," Donovan replied honestly. "But we've given Earth a warning and shown the Juridians that humans aren't the easy prey they thought we'd be." The Phoenix continued its journey toward Earth, battered but unbroken. As the blue planet finally came into view, the crew felt a mixture of relief and apprehension. They were bringing home crucial intelligence about a powerful enemy, but also the certainty of a coming war. Earth's orbital defense platforms, massive satellites bristling with weapons that most of humanity didn't know existed, detected the Phoenix's approach and locked on briefly before recognizing the friendly signature. "Captain," Kuznetsova called out, "incoming transmission from Admiral Takeo Watanabe, Earth Defense Command." "On screen," Donovan ordered. Admiral Watanabe's stern face appeared, his expression grave but determined. "Captain Donovan, your data package has been analyzed. The Security Council is convening as we speak. How bad is it?" "Worse than we anticipated, Admiral," Donovan replied honestly. "The Juridians possess technology that rivals our most advanced systems. They're organized, expansionist, and consider us inferior, and they now know we're a threat." Watanabe nodded, his military bearing never wavering. "The Phoenix performed admirably. Your tactics against superior numbers have already been sent to all fleet commanders. Report to Lunar Base Alpha upon arrival for immediate debriefing. Earth is mobilizing for war, Captain, and you've just become our most experienced combat commander against this enemy." As the transmission ended, Donovan gazed at Earth through the viewscreen. The beautiful blue planet, home to billions who had no idea how drastically their world was about to change. In the coming days, humanity would learn they were not alone in the universe, and that their first encounter with alien life had ignited a conflict that would test their very survival as a species. "Take us in," she ordered quietly. "Our real work is just beginning." The Phoenix descended toward Lunar Base Alpha, carrying with it the knowledge, experience, and determination that would shape humanity's first interstellar war. The Juridian Empire had made a critical mistake in underestimating Earth's capabilities, and Captain Eliza Donovan was determined that it would be their last.